Hello, I've been summoned.
Yeah, I had to restart because for some unknown reason, it wouldn't let me invite anyone to the panel. Like they were in a request, but they couldn't join.
That's weird.
It was lagging, I think.
Yeah, I always see you invite me and I always feel bad because I don't come up. It's honestly because I'm kind of busy being a mom, but at the same time, there's been a lot of drama going on the last 2 days and I am over it.
Yeah, welcome to the panel. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Heck yeah, dude.
Oh, I like your PFP, by the way.
Thank you, thank you. It takes elite ball knowledge to know this person.
Oh, I'm stumped.
I'm probably not gonna go for much longer, but I can continue for a little bit. I mean, if that guy who was on earlier, I mean, if he wants to join back, he's more than welcome to. Yeah. All right. Any opposition or anyone? Everybody's live right now, so.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of you guys go live pretty late at night. It's not that late for me, but
I went live earlier, but then I had to end abruptly. I mean, you don't. I don't really see them as debates. You just see it as a conversation. Oh, hello. Oh,
Oh,
hello.
I'm just a night owl. I'd be up doing stuff anyway. Oh,
yeah,
y'all can hear me tapping my phone.
you are tapping the life out of your phone right now.
I want to get like a little machine or something that can do it for me.
I think there's an app you can download that actually does it for you. I forget what it's called though.
Wait, does what?
Oh, nice.
That taps the screen and like slides for you. I think.
Is that actually legit though?
I think so. I don't know. I've heard people talk about it. I don't know.
I don't know. That makes me think of like when IT takes over your computer at work. I don't know, and it's like, is it like that? Is there somebody on the other side
Well,
I
what?
think so.
tapping my screen?
I mean, by all means, try, guys. You can keep spamming the like button to get those.
It won't let me tap anymore. It's making me sad. It really, really makes me sad.
You can spam the like button. Try to do it 100 times in a minute.
Oh, that's probably what happened because it's not letting me like it anymore.
Yeah. I heard if you like your own live, it will shadow ban you. It was like.
Oh, I think, is it, oh, I can't pronounce that name.
Who?
Down in the comments, he said, auto clicker app, that's what it's called. I knew it was something, but I don't know if it's
Oh, I see. Auto clicker app? I might have to look that up.
Tuva, okay. Sorry, I am not the best at reading cursive, but I try.
Yeah, I thought that T was a Z, to be honest.
Me too.
Glad they cleared that up.
Yeah, I haven't seen the capital T in cursive in so long. It is a silly font, but I'm probably wrong. It's kind of late for me, and I've had a long day.
That's real.
And a lot of drama go on today. It's a lot.
Yeah, I just enjoyed my off day today. I'm actually on right now.
Wait, who's playing Fortnite?
Me.
Oh.
I'm like, I hear the drop.
Wait a minute, Tuva. I googled it. Nothing showed up.
Tuba, yeah, I honestly thought it was the same too. Or that's how I was reading it, but I didn't want to be mean.
It's not the tuba. Sorry.
Did you take your PFP?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I think I did. Well, I did a long. Well, oh, it's been a while, but yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
Thank you. It's totally AI, and I don't know. I have mixed feelings about AI, but I like doing cool stuff with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of have mixed feelings about AI too because I'm an artist myself, so
Right, and I mean, I used to sketch stuff and do art myself, but and that
nice.
is kind of what's scary about it. Like that's it's just like now you can't even
But
hardly
they can't
tell. Like
replicate. But you can't replicate the human touch, though.
that's true.
I
There's
mean,
always.
yeah. I mean,
Sorry, what were you saying?
there are like AI apps, right? Because I make websites, or at least I'm a beginner at it. There's literally
Yeah,
AI. There's literally AI. You can tap a button and it makes a website for you. It's like, oh, well, that
yeah.
replaces my skill. Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
think
see stuff like that.
so. My PFP, I actually did that myself. I
That
think
is
that
so
there's like.
cool.
Thank you. I think it has a certain type of touch to it, but I'm sorry. I don't like to derail topics. I just wanted to comment on your PFP. My bad.
Oh no, you're good. I appreciate it. I like yours too.
Thanks. Anyway, oh, choices support eugenics. Oh, yeah, that's funny.
No, it's accurate.
It is accurate, but like another crazy thing. So a lot of my family members are quote unquote Christian, but they're pro-choice, and I'm like, you can't be pro-choice and a Christian. That's
Oh,
literally contradictory.
they're not Christian then.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like that's like saying you're a meat eating vegan. It makes no sense.
yeah. Like, so my mom's like, oh, I'm Christian, and I'm like, Mom, you can't be Christian and be mainly pro-choice. And I actually had to clock her and I'll let like a lot of the laws of my mom. I am a little bit more educated on this topic than you. You listen to certain news websites of one side and don't hear like look up the facts. Um, but yeah, I had to tell her a couple times. She's like, "Oh my gosh, the president is taking away abortions." I was like, "No,
No. Yeah.
that's not happening." I was like, he left it up to the state, which is giving the power of the people to vote to vote on it. Like what?
Dude, my grandma, gosh, I think she's 80, she's 80 something, all right?
Mhm.
And she came to visit me. She lives in Florida. She came down to visit me here in Texas, and like we got to talking about it. And she said, I was like, well, I'm pro-life myself. She's like, well, we all are, honey, but sometimes you could have the kid and that they could grow up and come back in the future, and if you have like any kind of wealth or success, they could just demand that you give that to them. And it was the most
Oh,
wild shit I had ever heard. I was
so
like,
she's
what?
condoning schmurder? It just because well,
Yeah, dude, it was the most bizarre
what?
shit I've ever heard.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
No, I was shooketh. I was like, excuse me? Like
Yeah.
okay, if I gave up a kid for adoption and I was like
Mhm.
famous and wealthy or whatever or had money, and they were
Mhm.
like, hey, mom, or you're my birth mom and I'm kind of struggling in life. Could you help me? I'd be like, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like, I don't
So
know.
I oh, I'm sorry.
No, go for it. Sorry.
Well, I had already told Protect this, but I actually like was pro-choice for a while until a lot of things happened. Like my aunt at 8 months, she got an abortion. I was pretty disappointed in her. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed because at that point, like, she could have just given that baby up for adoption. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of her reasons, I think she should have given the baby up for adoption, regardless or not, like, how much she wanted to keep that baby. And, people call me judgmental for it. I am absolutely judging you if you got a late term abortion. I'm absolutely judging you.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
wait, hold
That's
on.
I don't know how you
Wait, what's the
how you
argument?
could.
Yeah, what's the argument that judging people is bad? That's literally within our nature. No human being lives their life not judging other people.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're taught you should know how to judge, not like
Yeah.
yeah, they
You're
called
a
me a
Christian, you're
horrible
called
there's
to
a,
judge
yeah.
person. He
righteously.
said I had
Actually.
no, yeah, they said I had no empathy, and I was like, you want me to have empathy for somebody who literally unalived their baby at 8 months, who
Right.
went through that pregnancy for 8 months to do that? Yeah, no.
What's up? Oh, is that just some guy? Oh, he left. But how you doing?
Doing good, brother. How you been?
I'm fine. I had to end the last line because it had a lot of lag.
Uh, I figured you probably had somebody that was snowflake in there.
It was actually a good conversation, actually. But like nobody was. I could not accept people to the panel. It was like some kind of lag issue, so I don't know why.
That's weird. TikTok has been tripping though. It's been like dropping people from panels randomly for no reason, saying that the host disconnected people when they didn't, and stuff like that.
Right.
But a lot of people they call me an a-hole because of my stance on this, and I'm like, dude, I'm just being real. And they're like, oh no, you're just an a-hole, man. You just don't care about only yourself and nobody else. And I'm kind of like, no, you don't know that.
I mean, it's quite honestly the other way around. That being pro-choice is a very self-serving position.
Yeah, it is.
Basically,
But I look at it from this standpoint. You decided as a adult, you decided to do the action which is known for procreation. If you choose to do this action, you must deal with what comes from it. Point blank, period. It's called take responsibility for your freaking actions.
I agree.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah, pro-choice is very, like you said it like perfectly, very self-serving. All the excuses are because of that, the individual. What about me? What about
Well,
me though?
people don't.
And
These youngins, and I mean, I'm 32, but I could say this because I'm a millennial, or early millennial. Thank God. I didn't grow up in the freaking era of all this softness. But anyways, they weren't just, and it's honestly the parents' fault for this. They've raised their kids not to take responsibility for their actions. They've given them excuses their whole life and said, "Oh, oh, you didn't mean to. It's okay." Blah 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 blah. My parents didn't do that. If I messed up and did something that I wasn't supposed to, it was my fault. They wasn't gonna baby me. They weren't gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, well, we'll try to do something to get you out of it." No.
oh no, I got stuff taken away.
I got.
I mean,
I mean,
But
whenever
with
I
things
did
that-
something I wasn't supposed to, my parents would come in my room. They would take almost everything out of my room and leave a mattress on the floor with some covers and say, "You're grounded, and don't come out of your room." And that's all I had
All right.
for
All right,
like a
Arsenio.
week.
I think I've seen Arsenio before. But how are you? What is your age? What is your stance?
My age, I'm 34. My stance is pro-choice, but I always think that since technology is evolving so much, why don't we just change some things up, when having children?
What do you mean?
Like they'll say there'll be no more abortions. We can just. I'm not trying to go like the Matrix route, but at the same time, maybe it will not be that bad just to grow our children instead of just having it an old-fashioned way.
Well, I've heard of. Well, I have other moral problems about this, but so I heard about this recently that Japan they're trying to create artificial wombs, right? It's in like animal trials, so I have moral qualms about that. But I mean, it would disprove the viability stance, right? Because I mean, if viability is at conception, then I mean that's it, right?
But hey, Protect, you want to know what's funny? I heard
Very
about that too, and some women in a panel were discussing it about them experimenting with artificial wombs. And I asked them, I said, y'all know how some women, not all women, I said, you know how some women are saying if all men disappeared, the world would be better.
There's actually a
And
YouTube.
and I and I said, and there's like, I said, so artificial wombs. I said, what if all women disappeared? We'd have artificial wombs.
Oh, hell, break loose.
I said, we could
I'm
repopulate
having a
without
lot
women,
of
couldn't we?
I'm having a lot of lag. I cannot accept anybody.
What do you mean by lagging?
Yeah, I can't accept anybody to the panel. So Brittany Larson is requesting up. I cannot let them up.
Try making somebody on here a mod, and they might be able to do it.
I did.
I'm a mod.
See if you can bring them up. Oh, there she is. But yeah, I think that argument was funny whenever that come out, and they said that. I was like, well, if it actually comes to fruition, we won't need babies or women to reproduce anymore if they come out with these artificial wombs. I said, so if all women disappeared, we'd still be able to repopulate.
Now, how about this? How about, because I know Japan's working on this. They're trying to work on female sex bots, for lonely men. Will that be a problem?
Xbox.
Yeah, it'll be like sex bots for lonely men that can't get laid. Oh, I'm sorry, X. I can't. Forget.
I mean, that's probably like a different discussion for another day, right?
But
I don't see a problem with it.
But
that would end the problem with men having babies with women. Like it'd be less and less and less. You barely hear about it.
But Arsenio, I hope I'm saying that right.
You said it the first time right. It was good.
Whenever you say you're pro-choice, right? Do you believe? I think I said it before you come up here, before you got in. So, do you believe in if you make a decision and do an action, you should be responsible for the responsibility of what happens after?
Yeah. The only problem I have is when a woman wants an abortion, I believe the man should have the right to say, okay, from you if you don't want it. I believe the man should have that right.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing I believe also, if the mother says that she's going to get an AB and then she changes her mind down the line, and she's like, oh, I decided to keep the baby, the father should be able to say, hey, no, you know what? You told me you was going to get rid of it, so I am not responsible for it because you were going to get rid of it.
Unless they both signed on it. Can they both sign on it? And now if she changes her mind, she can't change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way
it's not my responsibility. You signed the paper, I signed the paper that you're going to get rid of it, and then you change your mind. It's not my responsibility no more.
Now, yeah, that sounds fair.
Because I thought you was going to get rid of it, and it wasn't going to be a problem, so I moved on. But they don't. But not saying the women in here, but some women don't want to hear that.
Wait, hold on. Why doesn't Jen request up? You like to talk a lot in the comments. Why don't you just request up then? Oh, by the way, someone who said in the comments. Right, someone who said in the comments.
So, okay, this is another stance that I have that they probably don't like, that they don't like me hearing. I tell them, I say this, DNA, mandatory DNA test on birth.
I believe that.
Because, hey, I look at it this way. I'm not going, and there was this case, I watched it, the whole court case. This father did 11 years in prison for back child support for a child that he did not know if it was his or not. The wife finally let him get the paternity test after he took her to paternity court. Come to find out the child was not his, spent 11 years in prison, and then he turns and looks at the mother, or the judge looks at the mother, said, do you know who the father is? She said, yes. She said, you still in contact with him? Yes. And the man looks at her and says, she should be charged, and the mother says, "What? I didn't do nothing wrong." Like, that's the reason I say mandatory DNA test at birth
I can
before you
explain why
sign the
they
birth
don't.
certificate.
I
Mandatory.
can, I can explain why they don't do that, because if they fix that right now, America, it will be the end of America. Because there's a lot of women that know who the father is, but they don't want to be shamed and hold that
Hmm.
accountability to them, because they know that will destroy them in the long run.
Yeah, mandatory DNA test on birth. Point
I
blank.
Yeah.
see I see the point you're trying to make, but like I mean, someone who's been with the same guy for 10 years, we've been married for 3. um, that when I had my baby, like I was like I mean, there's no question, there's no doubt. Like that's so like if someone were like I don't know, if someone was like, "Hey, we're just going to test the baby, make sure it's actually your baby." Like that would kind of piss me off. Like I don't know. Like no, that's my
Yeah,
kid.
I
That's his
get
kid.
that.
Like
I get that, but it would, in situations like that, that
but
would save fathers.
I see your point because of unfaithful women or
Hmm.
promiscuous women. I absolutely see your point.
I got a question for you. Would you want to know, like, say there were a lot of killings in the past, and there was a killer on the loose. No
Unalivings.
one. I'm sorry, I'm unalive. I can't say that.
I'm sorry,
Sorry.
it's TikTok. We got to speak like
I,
children.
Wait,
no,
hold
I
on.
understand. I understand.
Wait, I think I already know what you're saying. Are you arguing like retroactively punishing people? Is that what you mean?
No, no, I was saying that. Would you, as I was trying to, what's her name? Obi,
You can call me Orb.
Orb. Okay, Orb. Would you want to know if your would you want to know your husband's history to make sure he was not that bad guy that did all those things and no one could have find him? Would you want to know that?
I
Are
would
you
think
so
they would.
you're saying I should know who this person is before I dedicate my life to them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You never
Basically,
know. He could be Hannibal Lecter.
like basically, in a sense, like you would want to look up his history to see if he has a history of abuse, or if he was a serial unaliver, or
I
if he
mean,
was a kidnapper or anything like that.
sure. I guess if I found him on some dating website, but we met in the
This
shopping mall, like,
it's
Well,
a
in
yeah,
our
but you never
20s.
know. You never
yeah.
know.
But say you need his DNA. Say there was some kind of system involved where you need his DNA to, like, and his consent to figure out who he really is.
Mm-hmm. It's the same thing.
Actually,
But are
listen,
you?
they're not
But
gonna have
what? I
DNA
feel like I would
testing now.
need a reason for that. Like if he was like, hey, I don't want you to come over to my house from this day to this day because he's hiding bodies or some shit. Or I don't
Well,
want you to come over.
see,
if he's doing weird shit, I'd be like, what the hell are you
Like
doing,
if
sir?
yeah.
she went
Yeah,
to her
I
house
would.
and
Well,
it's covered in
see,
plastic on the
or
walls and shit, like walls on the floor and plastic on the walls and plastic on the floors and shit, then she might want to know that. But like,
we'll
Yeah, I'd be
see.
like, what's
Well,
going on
see,
here? But
or the reason we're saying that is because, let's say, like, we might not know this at the moment. I meet you, we go through the whole dating thing, and we get married. Who's to say 5 years down the line you decide to divorce me, and then we're separated, and then it comes to find out that one of the two kids we had wasn't mine, and I've been paying child support for 10 years. It's kind of like, I want to know when that
oh,
baby is
okay.
born that it is mine.
I
So
see.
if we
I
divorce,
see.
I
Kind
ain't
of.
got to
Okay.
pay child support for 10 years for something that didn't come from me.
well, I would say that unless that there's already been a discussion where the wife has admitted to being infidelity, that's just bringing it up and questioning it would probably be offensive.
But like that's like
When
bringing up, telling, like, why are you accusing me and thinking that I am this unaliver when I'm not?
What are you talking about?
Well, like I mean, like if they've had a question like, yeah, I was unfaithful to you around the time I got pregnant. Let's check and see. But if it was just out of the random blue, like, hey, I want to check and make sure that kid's mine, and you had no reasonable suspicion for it, I feel like she has every right to slap you in the face.
All right. Well, try this one. All right.
Wait a
Okay.
minute.
So
How is
like
this related to abortion? Wait, how is this?
What?
Because I was talking about how men get
men
caught
should
up in
have.
that stuff and everything like that, and then whenever, even if the kid is not theirs, but the women make it believe they're believe it is their child, and then they go and get an AB, and how it mentally affects the father, even though it wasn't their child. That's why I'm saying that. One of the reasons I'm saying there needs to be mandatory DNA tests.
Yeah.
So if she does decide to go and do that, and it's not his child, it doesn't mentally screw with the father. You know what I'm saying?
It's still off topic.
Kind of.
I'm confused.
I thought it started because you were saying like if the man wants a decision in the life of the child, like if he impregnates a woman and the woman's like, well, I want an abortion, but he doesn't. I thought that's kind of where that stemmed from. But.
Yeah, it's still kind of going along that line, yeah. Because you got to think, you got to know the child is yours before you can really say anything. I would think, you know. Oh, shoot.
Where Jen went, I was like responding to them, and then they just like they asked me the question about poverty, and then I answer them, and they just leave.
So who's pro-choice?
I'm pro-choice. No, well, kind of.
No.
Kind of.
No, I'm pro-life, but if a woman's trying to have pro-choice and abort it, she is giving me my son if you don't want it. That's what I believe. Like, why kill it? Just give me the kid.
Yeah, and believe it or not, if you actually look at the studies that they've done, it says single father homes raise better children. So I don't know why they wouldn't just give the child to the father.
Yeah, just give me. Yeah, I want to teach my son how to play football. I want to teach him how to ride a bike. You just want to kill it.
What if it was a girl?
I mean,
Would you
unalive.
still want it?
Yeah. Say what now?
Yeah.
What if
Make
it was
her
a girl?
dad.
Would you
Make
still
her
want it?
daddy's girl, dude.
Wait. What you said? What was it?
You keep saying son. What if you had a daughter?
Oh,
teach her how to play
problem
football.
with girls. All my cousins are females. I have like over 150 cousins that are girls.
Make her daddy's girl. Shoot.
You never seen a girl
She can
play
still learn how
football?
to play
They're
football.
bad. I can see that happening. Girl,
Make
boy,
her
it doesn't
daddy's
really matter.
girl all day long.
My
You know-
youngest is definitely a daddy's girl. Oh my gosh.
It's like Remember
He,
the
like,
Titans. Have you
dies.
seen that?
Whoa.
Her
They have
whole
over
world.
150 cousins that are girls.
Yeah,
Her
man. I got
whole-
nothing but girl
Holy
cousins, man.
fucking shit!
There's
How many
no
fucking
boys.
aunts and uncles you got?
Her
Like,
whole world
damn.
revolves
A lot.
around daddy.
Like one time,
What the
when I
hell
was
does your
all of
family
them,
want to
we
do?
went
Just
out
like,
to
hey, we
eat.
just gonna fuck, and that's what we gonna do for a living?
One time we went out to eat and everything, and all these
They're
dudes
like
like,
fucking,
oh my
it's
god, all
like
these women
fucking
are
George
yours.
Clooney, right? Just work and fuck. That's it.
I don't know, man. I guess they were keep on trying it for a boy. It never happened.
Shit.
I just hope.
I've
I
got
just
like
hope it doesn't
fucking
happen to
20
me.
cousins,
Now,
dude.
if I have nothing but girls, like if I had 10 girls, $10 and they're girls, I'm gonna stop. No more. I don't want no more. I'm just gonna do
It's
it.
like, yep, nope, the boy ain't coming.
Are you fucking Amish?
Amish, no, but I do want a big family in the future one day.
Mm.
I want my own football team. That way I can be like, okay, this is the plan. This is what we're gonna do. I'll have the
His
first,
husband
female
talks
football
about
team.
that all the time.
But yeah. See, just real quick, and then I think we get back on topic. My parents ask me all the time, when are you gonna have us grandkids? I said, well, with the way the
Same
world is
here.
right now, that's just, I don't see it happening. But they said, well, what are you gonna do for kiddos? I said, well, I got my best friend's little one. She just turned 5 today. I said that she calls me Uncle Damien, and I said, plus I got 2 little cousins that absolutely freaking adore me. I said, so I'm good.
Question: why is the responsibility on you? You got any sisters?
No,
Wait.
No, you don't.
Wait a minute.
Because what?
Wait, where did Goth Girl go?
God's
I can't-
still
like I-
part of you left.
Yeah, like I said, I can't invite people to the panel. I mean, if this is going to be the case, we'll have to end pretty soon.
I'd probably end it, bro.
Yeah, because nobody can join the panel, so I might have to end. But we'll
but
we'll
yeah,
continue
that
this probably
picture.
later.
I only joined the panel because you must have sent me an invite as a guest through whatever.
That
So when I joined the live, it automatically brings me up.
that
There's
picture
a-
you.
there's a clock on me. Do I leave now? That's how much
No, I
time
mean
I
you
got
can,
left.
you can
No,
leave.
I don't know what
That's
that is.
well, I
But
put the countdown. Because I'm probably gonna end right because I mean, there's really no point.
Oh, okay.
Because if all my mods leave, I can't invite people. I
Yeah.
can't
So
invite
hey,
people to the
but
panel. You
well,
can,
I'm
yeah,
a mod. I'm here.
protect that.
So like, hey, do you know that if like it says something about like invites whoever as a guest, and you send this out as like a guest for people, like don't just share the live, but you like hit the button like it says invite or whatever.
Okay.
As soon as they show up in your live, they automatically get the invitation to come up on the panel. They will boot somebody off the fucking panel.
Hey, hold on one sec. For the person down in the comments that said solution, men have a vasectomy, women have now ABs. Hey, let me tell you something. Men ain't gonna do that no matter what. There might be a few men that'll do that because they're simps, but I can go and tell you most men ain't gonna do that. Unless they are too old
What?
and don't want any more kids, then they'll go and get one. But otherwise than that, young men,
Well, this might be a rumor,
wait.
but I heard maybe not in Texas, it's somewhere they were talking about where if a man reach a certain age, he has to get a vasectomy.
they can kiss my
heard
ass.
about that. I heard about a bill. I think it was Ohio.
Yeah, Bill. Yeah.
Tech. What's your video quality set at?
It's lagging real bad. I don't know.
Yeah, so like before you go live next time when you're in that little preamble live or whatever, when you do all the settings and shit, hit your settings, scroll down to where it says video quality, and select the lowest quality. All it is just it helps with the buffering, but all that quality is just like your recordings of your lives. It helps it like if it's 1080p or what the fuck ever. It doesn't matter. But it always sets it at 1080, and that's when people in the chat like, oh my gosh, you're lagging. It's because it's trying to keep up with whatever. I mean, you need some fucking like
But
1000 G a second fucking Wi-Fi shit to keep up with that. So like set it down to like 480 or whatever, and
but Arsenio, you talking about
it won't lag for the comments as much.
in Texas, they can kiss my natural white ass.
Well, they might. One. I hopefully it never happens.
What they'll have to
but you never know. They can start knocking on your door, man.
First.
They start knocking on your door. Hey, you come in, or we take you out.
They gonna have a hell of a fight taking me out.
You know what I find funny?
I'll
Just
knock a
because-
few of them out for sure.
So
A joke.
down in the comments, the person who was, like I said, the person was asking me about the poverty thing. I find it funny she stopped talking to me after I mentioned I was a mother living in poverty. They don't want to debate me because then I destroy their entire argument.
Wait a second. What she says? She says, we are not going back. Tell us what to do our bodies.
No, it was a different person. This was a different person.
Oh, different person. Oh.
I can promise you this. I don't live in Texas, but if they, like the state I live in, if they implemented something like that, they're gonna have serious issues because in the state I live in, we have 3 laws which are absolutely wonderful. We have stand your ground law, we have castle law, and we have constitutional carry.
What's castle?
So I would love
John Wayne
them.
Gacy.
I would love them to come and be like, "Oh, once you reach a certain age, you had to get a vasectomy because the moment that you're not supposed to be on my land, I'm legal. If you walk into my home without me inviting you in, I am legal." The
Well, if you
moment
start seeing
and
soldiers,
when
you
I
gotta pack
got
up, man.
constitutional carry, it does not matter where I am. I can have it on my side, visible. So I have it on me 24/7.
Okay, what is that background noise?
That's my soundboard.
So
That was your
Is-
son. Oh, your son. Oh, I mean,
Like
sound,
whenever
oh,
I
my
get
bad.
ready to leave alive and I say goodbye to people, I just do this. Go.
Wait, you're
I like
leaving?
that. That's what's up. Did you have to buy that or download it?
Wait, you're leaving?
Nah, I don't know.
I mean,
I'll
if you're
just
gonna
play
leave, I'm just gonna end because, like I said, with no mods.
Simon,
Count Girls was down in the chat.
yes,
but
I don't
there's
know
only
why
6
it
people
wouldn't
here, so-
apply to those people too, Simon. The laws that I was talking about, of course, it applies to those people.
Why
It
wouldn't it
applies to
fucking
everyone.
apply? Why wouldn't it apply to black people? What the fuck is that?
They're trying to
I
make
don't
a
know.
race. They're trying to make a race about race when it has nothing to do about race.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I was thinking. I was
What?
like, well, how,
Yeah, it doesn't have
how
nothing
the
to do
hell
with
does
that.
that
No.
make sense? It's a state law. It applies to everyone except felons.
They always gotta bring it about race.
You guys ever watch that fucking Bigfoot vlogs?
A what?
No,
Oh my god, they got some fucking like
I don't
borderline
believe in that
jokes
shit.
on that shit.
Have you
It's
seen
all AI
Iron Bear and
content.
Grill?
It's all
But
AI
I'm gonna
content
jump out,
from Northern
protect. It was
Flag.
good seeing you, brother.
All right, likewise.
So I just want to say the main reason why I came up on the panel is because I liked your last background. I agreed with it, the whole pro-choice or supporting eugenics thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing I argue against most. So I try to frame it as like something really impartial and like not using my own experience, but like I have a severely disabled daughter, like so disabled that there are actually like pro-choicers out there who are saying like I should have unalived her.
No.
So
Okay, so you know, like, okay, something different on that. Okay, you guys ever seen like the movie Bubble Boy?
I heard about it.
Yeah, I seen it. That was a good movie.
Okay, like the kid has like he's like has like really low immune system or whatever, and like he gets sick from everything.
Mhm.
Like basically, like there's actually
Yeah.
a person on TikTok on here who has that. I don't know what the heck they called it or whatever, but she like basically she can't leave her house without a mask, and like she can't like she's always fucking sick and all that time.
Yeah,
you know?
the air is killing her.
Like yeah, something like that. I don't know exactly what it was, but she's like spends most of her time in her hospital and stuff, and like she's the fucking nicest person in the world. And there's a pro-choicer on here that was like, "Oh, really? You're always sick?" Oh, I heard her telling me about it on a live one time on one of my lives, and she goes, "Oh, really? Well, maybe you should just been aborted." Like, what the fuck? Like, why the fuck? Like, why the fuck would you say that shit to people? Like,
yeah, I've actually had people like literally in comments and stuff like go to my profile when I've been on panels and like literally attack my child as like their argument.
Again, you see how
There's just some bad apples out there.
some. I mean, I would say that's a very large percentage of their side.
Well, I'll say okay, 50. Well, because like it's not 100. I know because there's some good people and there's some bad people. So maybe cut it in half.
Well, it's not
That makes
100, but it's definitely not 0. Yeah, not 100, but definitely not 0 either.
pro-tracers will sit there and tell you to unalive yourself and shit all the time.
Yeah, or the
Like,
wish.
if there's a pro-lifer that says it to a pro-choicer, like if there's any pro-lifer that says go unalive yourself, I mean, like 80% of the community will deplatform you.
Oh, like Misty, right? Like Misty said that.
So that
Like,
So
oh,
that
I don't know if
just-
Misty said that or Misty like jokingly something about it.
She said go jump off a bridge to a pro-choice.
Oh yeah, she's like, if her son asks her for money, she goes, my son asks me for money, I tell him go jump off a bridge or something like that. She goes,
What the
"I'm not
hell?
telling you to alive yourself." She
that's
goes,
crazy.
It's just a saying that I have. You know, she's like, you know, if I wanted to tell you to go and alive yourself, I would. It's like I just, you know, say, you know, go jump off a bridge. Like I say that it's just as a form of expression. She was like, I didn't mean it like that. People took it out of context, but no, like there's been like a few of them that will straight up to say like, I mean, I'll tell people go play in traffic and try not to get hit, you know, but she's like, but I don't even know. I don't know what the fuck is what the hell. What's it? Go touch grass. What the hell is touch grass?
Well, you guys have a good night. The time is almost out.
I mean, like I said, we gotta end because like there's almost nobody here, and I can't invite anybody up.
Oh, okay.
Why can't you
It's
let
like-
anybody go?
Like I said, my live is lagging.
Oh, but like, what does it mean when you tell someone you like go touch grass? What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know, like actually pick up grass and get out of your house.
I
Like, you
think
don't, like-
it's like a get out of your house thing, like you
Yeah.
know.
Get on technology and video games too much, so get out of your house. Yeah,
They're basically saying you're chronically online.
right.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, we know pro-choicers are vile people. They literally wish grape on you and your children.
Yeah, like the whole Adriana case, they don't care about Adriana. They just want the fucking child to be unalived.
Right.
Like, there's one girl on here. Her name was Ella Louise, and she
Oh, I
was like,
know. Yes.
yeah, blocked the fuck out of her. She literally said in one live, I have screenshots of it too. She literally said, you know, let me be clear. I hope the baby DIS. And it was
Yeah, I'm
like
gonna
right in the
block.
middle of a fucking live. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
will
block.
say I do care about, like, you know, I do wonder what's going to happen to the child, like,
It's not
because
unprecedented. Like I said, it's not unprecedented. It's not like this has never happened before.
yeah,
Oh
the
no, there's
only
been
thing
multiple
I worry
cases.
about is, like, I mean, while I don't think the child should be unalived, of course, I will say I do worry about, like, what type of it the child, if it comes out not having some kind of disabilities or something, I will be very surprised. And that's also very sad because I know those children, um being the mother to a disabled child myself, I know the type of stuff that happens to those children who get put into the foster care system.
They wouldn't go to the foster.
I don't
They,
know who would.
they would go to adoption. Like if they don't want to give their rights, they can. If they want to surrender their rights, they would just go to adoption. I'm telling you, right? For sure, there's definitely people who may not want to adopt a child with these disabilities, but there's definitely one person, right? There are definitely parents who would do anything to have one child, right?
Yeah.
Like they're parents, right? This is their only opportunity for a child. They will gladly raise a child with disabilities. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I sent you a photo on Discord of the screenshots of that fucking Eloise chick. Shows
I know who
just
she
you-
is. I think I added her by accident. She's vile, so yeah, I'm gonna.
I mean, it's like, and just to be clear, I hope that baby DIS with a smiley face emoji afterwards. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Wait, no, we didn't. That's a straw man of her position. No one says all life has inherent value. That's literally no one made that argument. Kat, I can't invite anybody. My thing is lagging.
Well,
So-
that, and also there are some people like me who hold a causal stance. So
Wait, how is it how is it a random accusation? I don't get it, Wildflower.
hi, Wildflower.
I mean, no one can come up, and I'm about to end, but I don't see. how it's-
Wildflower's just pro-life with, you know. the
No,
long
she's
way.
not. She's pro-choice. No, she's not.
She's pro-life the long way.
No, she's pro-choice.
People say I'm pro-choice light because I'm causal.
Well, she's pro-choice. She's pro-life the long way. I don't know what that means, but it sounded funny.
Yeah, I'll explain what it has to do. Now, there's a lot of pro-choicers, right, that do not believe the unalivement penalty, right? It's not an absolute claim, right? So they'll unalive an unborn child, right? But they won't unalive like a mass murderer or anything like that, or a serial rapist, right? I think this is a morally deranged opinion, right? To say that, right, people like this guy, even the things that he did were so bad, but he doesn't get the unalivement penalty. But then you're going to unalive an innocent child. This is a very morally deranged opinion. I can't invite anybody, so I'm just going to end. So yes, it is moral as Wildflower. There are people who generally do not believe in the unalivement penalty. I have no idea what you're talking about. There are people who are against the unalivement penalty.
And let's be perfectly clear. Anyone who runs sentence is absolutely just, you know, it's ridiculous. I would challenge anyone to find a law that says anything in regards to sentence.
No, I'm not assuming people's opinions. People have literally told me this on the panel. They do not believe in the unalivement penalty. And they're also pro-choice. So, but I'm going to end so you guys can join tomorrow. Hopefully you have much less lag. So thank you.
Pro-choicers are toxic. All right, have a good night, man.
All right, see you.